and I would move that we continue this matter to like the next available council meeting without further public input, having already had our public input. Councilmember Macias can look at the tapes or read the minutes, but the next available council meeting where there's time to deliberate and take action on this matter.
Can I get a clarification? Is that kind of motion feasible to continue an item, and does an item continued have to have public input or not?
Yes, basically, if you're adding no other decision points, and in other words, just keeping this staff report in your deliberations, you would be continuing it on an open hearing basis, meaning that you're in the deliberative part of your hearing, rather than conduct the whole hearing again. So that would be a suitable motion you could make if you choose.
Okay, the item's been moved and seconded. My concern with it, I'm going to support the motion, and I don't know what happens if we deadlock on a continuance motion, but my preference would be that we try to arrange, try to find a solution on this issue that meets the interests people pose, whether it's safety, allowing for a market, or whatever the particular issues that are impeding us, or that we can mitigate in our discussion or work when we continue it, and not just wait for Councilmember Macias to weigh in. So that would be my preference, but yeah, no pressure on her.
Well, and what I'm trying to do by this is at least that we can have a decision one way or another. I mean, it may well be that she's opposed to this. I don't know. But right now, we're deadlocked. I would encourage the members of the council to vote for the motion to continue so that we can get a definitive decision one way or another. Either this goes to rest because it's 4-3 opposed to moving forward, or that it's 4-3, or maybe there's a change of mind, to at least have staff provide us with an analysis of what it would take to have a work plan. And so that I would really encourage that we continue the final decision on this until we have a full council.
And that's particularly why I wasn't quite sure. I was pretty clear where the Vice Mayor was and Councilmember Perry. I wasn't perfectly sure where Councilmember Means was, but that's why I went back to him, and I think I understand that you don't want to go down that road. So, I mean, I don't want to cast your vote ahead of you, but Vice Mayor is being pretty clear. And I just wanted to check with you, and then I'll go to Councilmember Perry. Yeah, no, you mean?
Well, no one wants it. He doesn't want to pursue marijuana.
Okay.
He in pharmacy, but it's not a
it's not going to happen. Okay. Councilmember Perry.
Yeah, the reason that I brought this up was I wanted us to make a decision, to positively vote for what our policy is. And I'm greatly dismayed at the desire to hide behind the pharmacies. I mean, vote yes.
No,
vote,
you guys, please.
No,
please.
It's not for clapping. Vote yes, vote no. Make a motion saying it's illegal in any pharmacy or legal wherever there's a pharmacist. But good government is not giving people to run around. We vote for a policy. We vote up. We vote down. We don't dodge. That's not why I ran.
Okay. I'd like to call the question. So please vote to continue the item.
I'd like to respond.
I recognize that, but I'd like to call the question. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, the motion to continue the item fails, so we will continue. I mean, we won't continue. We will keep on talking. Councilmember Pear.
It's not hiding behind anything. I think you misinterpret some of the things that are being said. We have a number of other products out there in that type of environment being dispensed. Why do you expect someone on the council to delve into that, which is a whole litany of items? It's just not at all becoming. I think when I hear this stuff, it kind of makes me want to go a little deeper level. We talk about a number of issues here, but I think putting up roadblocks by saying you're hiding behind, no, that's not hiding behind. As I said before, what you do is your own business. But when it comes back around and there's societal expenses with it, that's a different story. Then all of a sudden it's all of our business. There's not an issue there. There's not an issue with if there's somebody who's buying on the streets. There's not an issue if it was eventually dispensed out of Police Chief Scott Vermeer's office. But when I hear stuff as being so broad bent as a line drawn in the sand, I don't see that as being something to spur others on. I think it's a very legitimate question. I don't think it's at all dodging anything, because I can think of a number of products that you go to a pharmacy for. I don't see how you set up a specialized area for something else. I can't see some of the other issues about inhaling smoke. I can't see TCH in a spray. But I think it's far beyond that as just when you make statements about dodging bullets. And I think we have to be a little bit more cognizant of the full realm. You brought a motion forward. We addressed the issue. We took time. I could easily spoke up when this first came back and gave you some comments back at that point. But I think I get tired of being put right on the center spot as though we're trying to dodge issues. That's not it at all. Well, I think all of us have given you pretty much our full text of where we think we are with this. Now, you may not like the decision, but that's life on the dais. And I think that we all have to respect that.
Councilmember Means.
I guess we should pile on now at this point. No one's hiding behind anything. You know, when I need my plumbing fixed, I hire a plumber. When I need my car fixed, I go to an auto mechanic. If I want something to exchange in terms of prescription drugs, there's a pharmacist. That's what they're trained for. That's so obvious. I don't understand the comment. But, you know, look, I agree you're not a trained economist, so maybe you don't understand how markets work and how to put them together. But let's look here. I'm free for a free market in this. You're the one that wants a regulated market. I'm at least open for a free market here. What are you willing to do?
Before
I made the mistake. It's my...
Sorry. Councilmember Perry.
My fault for kicking it off that way. Picking up where Councilmember Pear mentioned it, my goal is to figure out what our policy should be. People have asked, people are come forward with requests. So let's explore how pharmacies would work. If we say it works through a pharmacy, pharmacists presumably are getting their license, they have federal restrictions. Are those compatible? I mean, does it actually work? Can we find, one way is to say through a pharmacy which is full service. Practically for patients that probably doesn't work. Another way is to require there be a pharmacist on staff. Which one are you saying? That they have to have a pharmacist on staff who has the training, a pharmacist on staff who has a current license, or it has to be a full-service pharmacy?
Councilmember Kasperzak, and then I have some questions on that topic.
I'm wondering if there is any support, and I'm questioning my own self on this, is the last option. Is that, I mean, I'm hearing Councilmember Means say that I don't have a problem with medical marijuana if there were some rules around it. And, you know, the fifth option is, well, decide in principle to allow it, but we're going to wait for implementation until the state or county adopts rules and guidelines that we can opt into. That may be a punt, but it says something, but it doesn't do anything. I don't know if that gets us anywhere. I really wish that the council would say, let's see what the decision. We don't have a decision based on the vote of 3-3. There's no decision. We haven't decided anything. If we at least had a 4-1 vote, 4-3 vote one way or another, the matter would either be dead or it would be alive. And, you know, that seems like the real thing to do, as opposed to keep this matter open and technically could be brought up at any time.
So I'm trying to avoid what our Congress did by changing all the rules to allow for, you know, people to get arm twisted. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Do you want to finish your thought?
No, so I guess the question is, I mean, I don't even really want to propose number 5 because it doesn't do anything. It's sort of a statement of support, but it doesn't do anything because I don't think the state or the county is going to do anything in the near future anyway. So I don't think it's not even a Pyrrhic victory.
Right. Well, and I guess my interest in following kind of, if we're going to pursue the pharmacy line, let's pursue it. I think we need to just kind of cool off on whether it's hiding or whatever. If we're going to talk about pharmacies,